Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. It may be a rainy day, but that has not slowed down the sports world, as we have a lot of stuff going on in and around the world of sports, multiple sports, often running on this hot Friday in June. Hi, everybody. Terry Norvelle coming to you from our Action Sports Jacks studios. We hope to hear from Patrick Young a little bit later. Hour number 2, Brent Beaird. A lot to cover with Brent in the second hour. We'll get to Brent, but as we get to Brent and wrap up hour number 1. We kick off hour number 1, but we'll wrap it up. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. U.S. Open golf. It is basically halfway through-ish today. We've got some movement I'll tell you about, including Thriston Lawrence. I've never heard of the guy, but, man, he is opening up his second round. He started on the back nine. He has birdied 3 of his first 4 holes. Thriston Lawrence right now, 6 under for the tournament, 3 under. Now, it's early in his round. He's 3 under through 4 holes, started on the back 9, but he is making a move. Sam Burns, I don't know if he eats worms or not, but Sam Burns has gotten into the clubhouse with a 65 today. He went out early. Sam Burns has carded 72, now 65. His score is he's 3 under through, and he's in the clubhouse. He had a 5 under round today, scorched it at 65. Sam Burns. J.J. Spawn, who led yesterday, he's +1 for the day, so he's lost 1 from yesterday. He is 3 under par. And a couple other guys, Victor Hovland, he is in the clubhouse. He chased a 71 1-over yesterday with a 68 today, so he's near the top of the leaderboard. And then it's kind of difficult to really go deeper. A lot of guys are midway or early in their second round at the U.S. Open. Casey Kurtz, our producer, we welcome to the show today on a Friday. Casey, would you know Thriston Lawrence if he walked into this studio and slapped me right in the face? Would you know who the hell this guy is?
Nope.
Thriston.
Never heard of, bro.
Lawrence. Is that a country club name?
Yes.
That's Thriston Lawrence of the Lawrences from Cambridge.
Yeah,
right.
That is what that sounds like.
That's a country club name. Brandel Chambly. You think Brandel Chambly could have done anything in the world?
Probably wouldn't have been an electrician.
Other than you think Brandel Chambly has ever mowed a yard when he was a kid?
Unlikely.
His butler did.
Oh, I'm sure.
Someone
had to.
His butler did a few. U.S. Open off and running. We'll track that bad boy. Man, I saw a shot earlier today. Somebody, I think they were. I looked up. I think it was a fairway wood.
Okay.
Casey, guy just rips into it. I don't remember who it was. I was out and about having lunch today, and one of these big greens they have at Oakmont is just a long ass green, man. This guy rips into a fairway shot, probably number 2. It hits the green, and it rolls, and it rolls, and it rolls. And damn, Casey, if it didn't roll through the green, it went into that damn Kikuyu rough. I never saw the ball again. It was gone.
I believe that.
I don't know how they find. Was it you that said the drive marker guys that are down 300 yards out? They put little flags, and they have to.
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah.
In the rough. You'd never find a damn ball.
You would not.
My God, that rough. Now, again, some people moan and complain about the rough at the U.S. Open. Number one, that's always been a characteristic, right? The U.S. Open rough is their thing. The incredible greens at Augusta, tabletop greens and Amon's Corner, that's Augusta's thing. The U.S. Open, even though the U.S. Open bounces around, they are always trying to they want to stick to their guns, high rough. Now, the comeback is don't hit it in the rough.
I mean, yeah.
You're not supposed to hit it in the rough. So we'll track the U.S. Open today here, 4 to 6 on the show. By the end of the day, we'll have a feel for it. I thought it was really nice, by the way, Casey, staying with us. Didn't you think yesterday's round 1, I thought it was awfully nice and fair of Scottie Scheffler to go +3 to to give everybody a chance. Right?
I mean, it's the least he could do.
He opened up +3. He Scheffler, you never see this. He had a stretch 3 bogeys in 4 holes. Don't see that very often.
That is not something that he is used to.
But I think he did it on purpose to help the.
That was nice.
Help the rest of the field.
Good.
And again, this Lawrence cat, man, he's opened up. He started on the back 9. He's four holes in. He's birdied 3 of the first 4 holes to take off and get running. All right, we'll track that. College baseball World Series underway. We got a pretty good one going on. The first game is underway. There'll be 2 today, a bunch tomorrow, as you'll have the first day and the second day guys going at it. I am showing right now, top of the 6th inning, Coastal Carolina leading Arizona 3-2, but Arizona has a hell of a rally going. At one point, they just loaded the bases with no outs. We'll track that. Let me see if I can hit an update. Coastal got out 2-0 in the second. Coastal Carolina is the home team. Arizona matched them and tied them at 2 in the fourth. Coastal got a run in the bottom of 5, but Arizona, yes, has a rally going. The Wildcats now have taken the lead, still batting top of the 6th. Arizona 4, Coastal Carolina 3. We will track that. Casey, NBA Finals tonight, right? 8:30. Game number 2, 3, 4. Game number 4. And really, if you think about it from the NBA's perspective, the first 2 games couldn't go any better from the NBA's perspective and from the TV boys' perspective, because we had a clear underdog. This wasn't one of those, damn, this is a good matchup. I don't know who's going to win. Team A, Team B. There was a clear underdog. There is a clear underdog. Indiana is the clear underdog. Wouldn't you say that? The book?
When the series opened, they were,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, the clear underdog, 10-point dogs in the first one or whatever. When you have a clear underdog in a series like this, the best thing that can happen for the TV boys is the underdog win a game early and take home court.
Right.
I mean, this thing is I'll back up. If OKC, who had the first 2 games, if they won game 1 and won game 2, okay, I think you lose a little luster. The casual fan may not watch tonight. No matter what happened in 3, okay. Well, the fact that the underdog in the NBA Finals went onto foreign soil and won a game, well, that changes everything, doesn't it?
Yes.
I think there's big interest tonight.
I honestly didn't realize they were playing tonight because they've had 6 days off between every other game, and they only had 1 day off to this time, Wednesday and then Friday.
Yeah.
They went. Is this right? Yeah, they went Thursday,
Had
Sunday, Wednesday,
yes,
Friday. So they don't care about them no more?
Yeah, remember we had that somewhere within the last couple days. Yeah. It was before they tipped off. I'm trying to look back on my notes here. It was before they tipped off, and you and I were talking. We go, hey, by the way, here's the rundown for all 7 games if they go that far. Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday.
This is so dumb. I mean,
they just want to get them on what they think are the prime time days in the prime time.
Well, look, they should play tonight. Like, Friday night is a good time for them to play. So
I agree.
I'm glad that they are, but I honestly thought we were not playing basketball again until next Thursday. So
and you know, when the thing that gets most fans is when they have that 3-game. They have that 3-day lull, right?
Yeah, correct.
Between this game and that game, when there's no travel involved.
Yeah, just chilling.
That's what gets you. When it's not like one of them's getting on a plane.
Right.
And maybe
because that's one thing.
Yeah. You could get that, but no, they map this thing out, baby. The NBA, they map this bad boy out. They go, hey, Friday's a TV night, Sunday night's a TV night. We don't care how many days before or after, we're getting to those nights.
I guess. And it's not like Oklahoma City to Indianapolis is the farthest plane ride in the history.
No.
This isn't Golden State to Cleveland.
No, good point.
So, more power to them.
I don't have the note, but yeah, I'm too lazy to get it. But I remember vividly you and I going, man, here's the rundown.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Friday with no travel, right?
Yep, exactly.
Tuesday, Friday, no travel. Sunday, next Wednesday, we'll take 2 weeks off. It's
dumb.
You certainly wonder, is putting it on what you determine the best TV day and or night, does that supersede the momentum you may lose? Just the the water cooler at work momentum. You know what I mean? I guess they think it does.
I mean, apparently it works the way that they have it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, me, Austin, and Marcel did the show this morning. We didn't talk too much about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there you go. We talked more about hockey than we did basketball.
How about wow? Wow, what does that say? How about that? Yeah, so NBA Finals tonight. There is intrigue, though. The NBA got a break, I think, with the clear underdog winning on the other team's court. The other team. Big game tonight. I'm not so sure Indiana's going to win the damn thing. They are playing confident, but must win tonight for OKC, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Absolute. They're not. Indiana's not going to win tonight and lose 3 straight, are they?
No, although 3-1 has not been the world's greatest spot to be in if you go back to Golden State,
Is that
Cleveland.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that right?
Both teams blew one of those. So, listen, I don't think Indiana right now is capable of losing 3 in a row.
I don't think so either. This is a must-win,
and they can
for Oklahoma City.
They're still probably the more talented team. Indiana's just red hot.
Indiana is playing.
Indiana can't lose.
What is it? What are they saying? March Madness. Hey, you want to somehow be playing your best basketball this time. And I saw a couple of the national shows, buddy. That arena is going to be hopping tonight. I mean, they've got gold. Gold because Indiana's gold. Mm-hmm. They've got gold. Gold. What do you call it? T-shirts in every seat.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, what do I always say? One of my Terry Norvelle-isms, and I'll stick by this. I've said it years ago. There's no crowd like a home underdog crowd.
Yeah, that's real.
The underdog crowd, it's just human nature. When your favorite team is the clear underdog, and everybody knows Indiana is the clear underdog, when your fans go into your stadium, your ballpark, your arena, there's something about we got to help our guys. There's not there will never. I don't know how scientific this is, but I'll stand by it. There's no crowd like the home underdog crowd.
That's real because you want to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think your boys need a little help.
You think you can help them? Yeah.
You think absolutely, and you go. I'm not be damned talking for the next 2 days. I'm going to help my team win.
Yeah.
And it may be the day after we beat them. What'd you say? We beat them.
That's all you got.
That's all you got.
And something to be said for like Indiana, who never. Like you're not in this spot.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if this was the Yankees.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but Indiana,
sure.
I mean, even Oklahoma City and the other, like if they go down 3-1, that crowd will be rocking when they get back to Oklahoma City, whether they're the favorite now or not. But the fact that they're down 3-1, so
yeah.
No, I think it's a good point.
All right, so let's get to some other stuff. By the way, in case you're wondering, just in case you're wondering, Paul Skeens just did Paul Skeens things. Paul Skeens took the mound at Chicago. The Cubs hosting the Pirates, afternoon baseball. Number one, how in the world did the Cubs not switch this to a night game?
They're not allowed.
Are you not? Are you not?
No, the Cubs have to play Friday games during the day. It's a rule.
Seriously.
I'm not kidding.
Because I saw this early in the week, and I went, man, if you're the Cubs, you've got Paul Skeens coming to your ballpark. Not that they won't sell it out, but wouldn't you rather that was a 221st pitch?
Mm-hmm.
The game's in the bottom of the 7th. It's at Chicago. Skeens is now out of the game. All he did was go 5 complete innings. He allowed 4 hits. Hey, hadn't said this before. No earned runs. Of course, no runs at all. Right. So obviously no earned runs. Hey, the son of a gun did walk 2, struck out 5, 95 pitches. All he has done, he's out of the game, can't get the win, can't get the loss. No score, by the way. Mm-hmm. No score. And all he has done in this no decision, he's bumped his ERA down 1.78.
Wow.
And I don't think he's won a game in a month.
Feels like it's been a while.
I know he had his last 2 were no decisions. I know that. And again, the Pirates have given Paul Skeens 0 run support.
Yeah. And listen, the guy that pitched against him is the Cubs' #1 prospect, Cade Horton, and he's
and he's
supposed to be very good, and he matched him. So yeah, I mean that's
and he matched.
If you're into pitching, that was a good one.
Yeah, I didn't
if
know.
If you're into offense, probably sucked.
I didn't know that, and thanks for telling us about Horton. Yeah, C. Horton. I don't know his first name.
Cade.
Cade Horton. He went 5 2/3. Mm-hmm. He gave up 3. 3 hits. No runs, of course. No runs. No earned runs. He walked 1. punched out 4 in 76 pitches.
Yeah, they're still kind of keeping him on a pitch count.
Is
yeah,
that right?
Yeah. This is only like his 4th start.
Skeens went 95 pitches, 5 complete. This Horton guy went 5 and 2. He went into the 6th inning with 76 total pitches. Almost got out of the 6th.
There you go. Good baseball.
Oh,
if
you
like
Pirates. You Pittsburgh Pirates. So I've got a bunch of Major League Baseball notes I want to get to, KCB and you here in this first hour. Also, if we've got time before we get to Brent in the second hour, I'm intrigued now by these enhanced games. I got some thoughts on that. This date in sports history, a lot to go. Let's take a quick break, come back. Let's get back into Major League Baseball. We want to make sure we don't forget Major League Baseball when we get into our discussion with Brent Beaird. We'll track the College World Series. We'll track this Pirates game. I think this is the only MLB afternoon game right now. Yeah, only one afternoon game. Pirates taking on. Is that really a thing for the Cubs Friday?
Yeah, all the Friday home games have to be during the day. It goes back to when they didn't have lights.
When they didn't have lights, which was through the 80s.
So when they put the lights in, this was one of the
I love it.
You still have to play your Friday games during the day.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm kind of glad. I think baseball's a day game, but I'm glad there's nights. Still lights, and get me wrong. But Casey, I think they put those lights in finally in the late 80s. I remember it was, and it was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
I mean a massive deal. The Cubs never had lights, and every game was in the daytime. It was a big deal. That I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that. That is a cool thing. Okay, we're going to acquiesce. We're coming into the modern age. Okay, we understand you got to have lights. We understand this is the Cubs talking. We are part of Major League Baseball. And baseball now has multiple TV deals. And I get it, Saturday night, during the week night, we don't want to, not say you can't broadcast Cub games. That's really cool.
Yeah.
They held on. And Casey, how freaking, okay, you and I, buddies, we live in Chicago. Friday, Casey, dude, can you blow out at noon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can I blow it at noon? Yes. All right, let's take the train. I'll meet you.
That's it.
In the daytime, that's better than, hey, dude, I'm going to go home, feed the dog up, blah, 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 meet you at 6.
Yeah.
No. I want to meet you at 1:45 before 2. Wow, I love that. I love that. Man, they've moved to the top of the 8th, no score. It doesn't matter now for Skeens, but God almighty. It's going to be cool when he takes the mound as the starting National League pitcher in the All-Star game. It'll probably still be stuck at 4 and 6. With at the time, they'll just put ERA Bob Gibson.
They may not even put the record up, to be completely honest with you. They might just put like Ks per 9, ERA, WHIP, and ERA plus, and not even mention the record.
They may. All right, let's take a break. Come back, talk a lot more baseball. Track the College World Series. We will track the U.S. Open. Some stuff starting to happen as round 2 is deep into it now up in Pennsylvania. That and a whole lot more. He's Casey Kurtz. I'm Terry Norvelle. Brent Beaird coming up second hour. Stay with us right here on the Young and Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jacks.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Okay, welcome back. Terry Norvelle here on a busy Friday in June. A little overcast. A hell of a rainstorm earlier. A quick one, though. But it was pretty violent. Be careful if you get caught in that on the drive home today. Not sure if we'll hear from Patrick. Not sure with his schedule. Brent Beaird scheduled in the second hour. We've got Casey Kurtz here. Casey, real quick before we talk some Major League Baseball, let me update. Boy, we got a good one going out in Omaha. The opening game of the College World Series. They've now moved to the top of the seventh inning. Arizona batting. They are the visiting team. Arizona and Coastal Carolina tied at 4. Both teams in their bullpen. And Casey, this is a tough one. This is a tough one now. In a weird way, if you're going to lose game number 1 in Omaha, number one, it's a long way back losing game 1. Long way back. Number 2, you'd almost rather lose 10-2 and kind of throw some guys, throw some Casey's and Terry's.
Right.
Right now it's 4-4. Both teams grinding. They're both in their bullpens. And, you know, right now, both skippers, it's your best guy. You got to go best on best now.
Yeah, you got to try to win stuff.
But you hate to blow, you hate to throw your maybe your second or third best reliever. He blows out 45 pitches, but you're in such a competitive game. But it's game 1. It's game 1. So we'll track that. U.S. Open, not a lot's happened since our last update we gave you, except Tristan Lawrence has lost a stroke. He opened up par, birdie, bogey. So he gave one back. He's very early in his round. He's through 5 holes. Tristan Lawrence had a 67 yesterday. He is a 2 under for the day, so he gave one back. Yesterday's overall leader, J.J. Spahn, he right now is through 11 holes. He's even for the day, so he stays at the 4 under that he carded yesterday. He is even par. Sam Burns is the story in round 2 so far. Sam Burns went out early, and he is in. He has carded a second round 65. That is 7 shots better than his 72. So Sam Burns, for the tournament, he went 5 under for the round today. He had a 65. It's a par 70. For the tournament, he is in the clubhouse at 3 under. A lot of guys still on the course, obviously, probably well over half the field, as we've got another good 3.5 hours of daylight. So we'll track that as well. Sam Burns, how many times has he heard Sam Burns eats worms? You know where that's from?
I do not.
One of the great episodes of the great TV show MASH. Frank Burns was one of the characters, and he was kind of the buffoon surgeon that everybody picked on. And MASH was set in South Korea. It was set during the Korean War.
Okay.
And obviously the MASH unit was the local hospital for the wounded, but they treated a lot of the locals, locals because you're on the same side.
Right.
So there was one episode. That Frank Burns, the buffoon surgeon that everybody picked at, Hawkeye, and everybody picked at him. He was doing a good deed. He was going to teach English to some of the local Seoul, Korea folk, right?
Okay.
So good thing he's teaching them.
Sure.
Of course, Hawkeye, who was the star of the show, that was his character name, Alan Alda. They were always pranking Frank Burns. So at one point, Hawkeye starts submarining the class that was being taught on his own time, and he went into the class of Koreans that Frank Burns was teaching English, and he got him just to repeat a phrase over and over again. He says, "I'm going to come in, and when I point to you guys with your teacher Frank here, you say this phrase: Frank Burns eats worms." So he comes in one of the days he's teaching. Frank's teaching the class, and he points to him, and they rip into that. And that just made him so mad.
I can believe it.
So Sam Burns eats worms. He's heard that a time or 3. I'm not so sure that story warranted all that time. Do you think?
Listen, man, it's your show.
I mean, it's okay though, right?
Did you like it?
Yeah, but I'm old. Old guy liked it. Old people that watched that and heard that, they liked it.
Do you think you have an old audience or a young audience? I'm just trying to help you digest if it worked or not.
Good call. I would say we're skewed younger, not because of me, but because we're on Action Sports Jacks.
Sure.
Action News Jacks.
Are you assuming that old people can't find the show?
No, but I think we're the coolest, hippest stations in town, I think.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen? I
work here.
Look at our. I'll just use our anchors. I mean, look at our sport. Brent Martineau's cool.
Well.
I mean, Olivia and Stuart, they're cool. Look at our weather guys. Our weather guys still have 20 more years, right? They're not old and decrepit. Some weather guys got pushed out to pasture. They shall remain nameless, right?
Yeah, I do know where you're going.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think we're much cooler. So this skews younger than I probably deserve.
That's fair.
What do you think? I don't know. Skews.
Listen, I don't know. I just work here.
I don't know. What do I know? Let's talk some baseball. We'll have Brent Beaird, second hour, talk a lot of college sports. Let's talk some baseball. Oh, my goodness gracious. Headline I saw, very funny headline, dealing with the Colorado Rockies.
Okay.
Don't look now, they're red hot.
Are they?
They have their last 9. They're 4-5 in their last 9. That's red hot.
That is good when you had 9 wins up until that point.
Yeah, they are 4-5 over their last games for the last 9 games. For the Rockies, that is red hot. I saw a headline today that said, under that auspice, Rockies managed to fail at failing. Come on, Rockies, quit winning.
It's true.
Did you hear, though, their win last night has gotten them out of the losingest this far in the season ever.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
And you know who I blame for that?
Giants?
Marlins.
Oh, you're still mad at the Marlins.
They beat the Giants. I get it last night. Giants will beat them up the next 2. The Marlins got swept.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm blaming the Marlins.
You're still mad at them.
On that. By the way, you know where the red hot Rockies roll into tonight?
Braves.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was kidding a buddy. My nephew, Mike Norvelle. By the way, I told you my nephew's name, Mike Norvelle, right?
Yes, I remember this.
Biggest Gator fan in the world. His name, Mike Norvelle, same name as the FSU football coach.
Luckily, it's spelled different.
It's been a hell of a 5 years for him.
Yeah, well,
and he'll tell you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Every time you show ID or you say your name.
Yeah, that's true.
Mike Norvelle, hey! You're related to No, I'm not related to that guy. So I text my nephew, big Braves fan this morning. I said, man, Mike, the red hot Rockies are rolling into Atlanta. If the Rockies win a game or two, you're gonna hear some boo birds. The Rockies have already won a game over the Braves.
Ooh.
They've already beat them earlier this year.
So what is that, like 2% of their wins are against the Braves?
Against
Something
the
like
Braves.
that?
But I'm telling you, and you may have some Brave fans as well, the boo birds have started popping out.
They should.
In Truist.
If they lose to the Rockies.
Yeah, and they've been popping out. I know a lot of buddies of mine that are Brave fans, and they've thrown in the towel. They think, and they probably are getting close, wouldn't you say? Towel throw in
Listen,
time.
I just had to spend 3 days because everybody's off with
Right.
Jason Hamby in here doing Brent's show.
And
Hamby is the biggest Braves fan I know.
what's he think?
And he lost there was 2 different occasions. We were talking about nothing in particular to the Braves, and he just randomly lost his mind about the Braves. So they are playing so poorly that it is hurting the well-being of my friend Jason Hamby. So
I know a few of those guys.
So yeah, just not good.
Want to move on to the Yankees and an unconfirmed report involving the Royals. So the Yankees just swept the Royals. You think the Royals are glad to see the Yankees leave town?
Yeah, that was bad.
So the Royals got swept by the Yankees. That's not a big embarrassment. Judge got one of his off days. Did you see that?
I did not.
They didn't even play him in Game 4. He pitch hit in the 8th or whatever, but they gave him a day off. Man, did he is red hot. My goodness. So Judge takes the night off. Hell, we've already beat him 3 times. And the Yankees win 1-0. So they sweep the Royals. Unconfirmed report that last night after the game, the Royals drove the Yankees to the airport.
To get him out of town?
To get them the hell out of town. And while they were there, they went ahead and chauffeured the Athletics to the ballpark. They got the Athletics, thank God, next.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Well, in theory.
In theory.
But yeah, no, Yankees beat the heck out of them.
They did. They really, and I know the last game was 1-0, but I can't even think that was close. When you sit your star player, Game 4, we've already beaten the crap out of these guys 3 times.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, no. Again, Caglione 0 for 4, sitting about 240. It's early, but I just like tracking him. I told you, Yankees sweep. They rest Judge. San Francisco, you mentioned them a quick moment ago. Yeah, the Giants, they lost their 3rd game to the Rockies. I'm telling you, if you get to the end of the year and you miss the division by a game or you miss the playoffs by 2 games, you're going to look back and go, damn, did we really lose 3 games to the Rockies?
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Or 2 games. Yeah, you don't want to lose to the Rockies.
You do not.
Right now. Now, that San Francisco loss last night to the Rockies, that's on. That comes before today. They open a series with the Dodgers.
The Giants?
Yeah.
That's not great.
How about this? Giants, Dodgers, 2 really good teams. Mm-hmm. We are 70 games. Let's call it 70 games into the season. This will be the first time they meet. Weird. Isn't that weird?
Kind of.
Now, the Dodgers, they go. It took 2 or 3 from San Diego. They go San Diego, San Francisco, their series they're in now, then San Diego. They go 10 in a row. That's rough, man.
That is rough, yeah.
That's rough. But the Giants and the Dodgers, same division, haven't played yet.
That's hard to believe.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. You would think they'd play in April.
Yeah.
Kind of how everybody else does it.
You would definitely think. And I get it. Can you imagine putting together, what are there, 30 Major League teams?
30, yeah.
30 times 162.
Oh, it's a lot.
And then, you have to have X amount of games, right? Mm-hmm. They don't just, we can squeeze. No. I think each division team in the old days played each other 19 times.
Yeah.
Right? There's a number. There's a finite amount. I also saw something. Gosh, I wish I had pulled this out. I saw a note about Major League Baseball scheduling, and the note said it was up through, it was fairly modern. It was definitely through the might have been the early 90s, that Major League Baseball schedules, their composite whole schedule, up through the 90s, was put together by a husband and wife team by hand.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? And they were so good at it, they got it year after year after year. But how difficult is that?
Extremely.
And then you got to start thinking about multi-purpose stadiums.
Yeah,
Well,
concerts and whatnot.
yeah, the Stones are coming on the East Coast. They can't play we can't have anybody in Yankee Stadium on that, right?
Yep, no, for sure.
How hard it is to put a schedule together in Major League Baseball with 162.
162 travel is the most important part because you can't send the Rays to Oakland and bring them home and then send them back to San Francisco.
No.
Yeah,
But it said
goofy.
I remember reading this thing going, wow. It wasn't like that stopped in the 40s.
I know, that's surprising.
A couple that were really good at it, I'm sure mathematicians or whatever.
Oh, have to be, yeah.
But they would do it every year off season by hand, and MLB hired them. And then finally, obviously, I'm sure there's
AI or something.
AI, IBM, Big Blue spreadsheet, right? Cross-reference. It's still, the work I do at the arena, I think about that a lot. Just multi-purpose venues. How hard that's got to be. And then, how hard is it for 7-game series that could end in 4?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't tell every team in the NBA, hey, block off, or can you? Hey, block off the
No.
I mean, how do you do that?
To be honest, I'm sure Indiana wasn't on the short list
You would
of,
think.
hey, keep your arena available in
Yeah.
June. Or the same way in MLB, like, people do concerts at Fenway all the time.
Yes.
So, like, the Red Sox, you're like, all right, we probably don't want to schedule anything here, but, like, do we miss the whole tour stop if we think they're going to be in the playoffs and they're not?
See, I think you said something. I think you hit it. That helps a little bit, but not all of it. I think Major League Baseball, as the example, they probably go to every host stadium and say, hey, if they probably pick out 10, 12 teams, 10 teams, and contact their stadium and say, hey, we'd appreciate if you block these off.
Yeah.
Now, I would also imagine there's got to be a rider in the contract for the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, the entertainment's coming through one time.
Yeah.
You got to say, hey, listen, man, if our home team makes the playoff, the NBA playoffs, and they make a run, we love you, Foo Fighters, but you can't play in Gamebridge, whatever.
Yeah.
We
Definitely,
love you.
100%.
And I think you mentioned Boston a moment ago.
Yeah.
I think, this is not confirmed, I think Pearl Jam plays in Boston every other week.
Okay.
In Figway. Every time I turn on the...
There's lots of concerts in Fenway.
Yeah, I know. Iconic place like that.
And they were supposed to be good this year. They're not as good as I thought. I wonder if they blocked out some stuff. And
Yeah.
then, as it turns out, not going to.
You wonder. Help me with the ace pitcher for the Mets, Senga.
Yeah, Kodai Senga.
Senga, boy, he went down yesterday.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
We don't know anything yet, do we?
I don't think so.
Yeah, kind of covering first base, jumping up in the air.
Covering first base, yep.
Not a good
He's
time.
really good, too.
Yeah, just bouncing around some Major League Baseball this segment. A couple other things I want to get to. Phillies scuffling around. That was a nice series win they got over the Cubs because the Phillies are scuffling. Mm-hmm. They're kind of holding on, I think. Let's get to 4th of July All-Star break. Man, they go to Toronto. Toronto's pretty good.
Toronto is pretty good.
Yeah, Toronto's
sleepy good, but they're good.
I agree. Sleepy good. Here's one that surprised me from a scheduling point starting this weekend. Does it seem to you, as it has seemed to me, and maybe I'm mixing seasons, it seems that 70 games into the MLB season, it feels like the Yankees and the Red Sox have played 50 times, and all 50 are the Sunday game of the week.
I
Sunday
feel
night.
like it's happened a couple times.
They open up a series. I don't think they've played yet.
Really?
Have they not played? Am I wrong? Can you look at that real quick?
Yeah.
Just scan their schedule. It feels like they've played 50 times already. They've played, right?
They have.
Okay, but not much.
They played, so this is why. They've played one 3-game series last week.
Okay, maybe that's why, and I'm sure all 3 were on national TV.
All 3 of them.
I get it. I get TV and all, but I do think Major League Baseball shoves that series down everybody's throat too much.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean,
get it.
yeah. The problem, here's the deal with the Yankees, right? I'm looking at, and I think this is why it feels that way, because they did have them on Sunday night last week. 2 weeks before that, Yankees-Dodgers was Sunday night. 2 weeks before that, It was Yankees and Mets.
Okay.
On Sunday night. So there's been a lot of
Okay.
Yankees. But yeah, they still they love that series, man. And listen, I don't mind watching it.
Yeah.
But it's not at the moment. It's not what it used to be. Maybe we need like a fight or two. But
Yeah. A good old-fashioned baseball fight. I mean, punches thrown, landed.
yeah, I mean Don Zimmer, Pedro Martinez type.
Oh, man. Remember Don Zimmer?
That's right.
Don Zimmer crouched down,
Yeah.
using his head as like a warhead, you know?
Bro led with his head. Yeah.
He did, and he got going, and it was almost like he was going downhill because it was going to take something powerful to stop him. That was a big old head he had, right?
Yeah. Heck of a noggin.
And I thought actually Pedro was
It could have been worse.
he was kind about it.
Yeah. I've
It
always
was-
thought it could have been worse.
It was a soft senior citizen throwdown,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Definitely. Like I'm not saying we need to assault any more of the elderly,
Yeah.
but like Bronson Arroyo, A-Rod,
Yeah.
Veritek, A-Rod, there was a lot of that. But
Yeah.
like would it kill him to hit Judge for no reason at all? Like just throw at him?
Yeah.
You know, let's get something going here.
I hung out with Bronson Arroyo a couple nights in Costa Rica.
He's a good dude.
At a really cool dude.
Yeah, my dad used to work with one of his friends. They all
Really?
went to a couple concerts together, yeah.
And big music guy.
Well, yeah.
Speaking of, he's buddies with Eddie Vedder.
Big music guy.
Yeah, big music guy. Bumped into Bronson Arroyo, and a local attorney here in town. I won't use his name. His buddies, I think he was his agent to a degree.
Oh, okay.
When he was still playing. And then remember, Bronson tried to make a comeback, and I think he made it back up to the bigs.
Yeah, he
and-
pitched with the Reds.
Yeah, he made a comeback back. He was the guy with the stiff leg, for people that remember. He had the stiff leg. But a really nice guy. So I'm with my buddies that own property in Costa Rica. This is 10 years ago, whatever. And we're messing around at one of the casinos.
Okay.
And we're playing. I'm not much of a gambler. Don't know the games at all. I love roulette, dude. Monkey see, monkey do. Put chips on number.
It can't be much
Yeah,
easier.
spin the thing. So we're sitting there, and I see my attorney buddy, we all know from Jacksonville. We get talking, and he's there. He owns a place in there, and because he was his agent, Bronson's there. It was like when he was starting his comeback.
Okay.
And, man, we spent 2 or 3 nights. Really cool dude. Really, really cool dude. I mean, just every guy. You would
Definitely.
never know. But we talk baseball, of course. We talk music. Big kind of hippie fun.
Yep.
Always got a acoustic guitar, and he got talking. Big buddies with Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Would just jam with. I mean, yeah, it was. Eddie Vedder came to the game, and 3 hours before the game, we jammed in the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, he's a.
How
that's
did you know him? Say you're a part again.
My dad worked with somebody that he was friends with in Clearwater, and because originally before the Red Sox, Bronson was with the Pirates, which was Bradenton.
I don't remember that. Really?
Yep. And
Because he made his hay with the Reds.
Reds and Red Sox.
Reds
yeah.
and Red Sox. Yeah, he got in playoffs and World Series and all.
Yeah. But he was a Pirate first, and my dad was in like construction anyway. This guy was like good friends with Bronson, and then good friends with my dad, obviously, because they worked together. And anytime there was like a concert or something that in town that this guy was interested in, he would take my dad, and they would meet up with Bronson, and Bronson would get him free tickets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what Bronson's up to? Where does he live at?
I don't.
I wonder where he's at.
He's probably just driving around playing music.
Absolutely.
That's the type of dude he is.
200%. A little bit I knew him.
Yeah.
But spending and we might have seen him down there twice. And we'd do dinner, and we all had fun. It was a nice, fun time, and he was neat to talk to, of course. But he truly struck me as a guy, and I'm not saying he didn't love sports, and I'm not saying he didn't love baseball, but he struck me as a guy that somewhere probably about 14, he and his family or whoever his people are close to him, hey, dude, you've got magic in that right arm. He kind of struck me as that guy.
Yeah.
Not a guy that at 6 years old was collecting baseball cards and Willie Mays and Hank.
For sure.
Right?
I agree.
He struck me as a guy that when somebody got to him at about 14 and said, hey, man, you've got something special in that right arm, and this could carry you. And he had the stiff leg. Remember? His wind-up, the stiff leg guy.
Oh, yeah, that was his, I won't say claim to fame,
Yeah.
but that's how people recognized him,
Yeah.
is what I'll say.
Yeah, nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
Real nice guy. All right, a couple more thoughts, and we'll get out of here this segment. come back, catch up on everything U.S. Open and College World Series. I told you guys the marquee series probably this weekend is Dodgers hosting San Francisco. Dodgers 41-28, San Francisco 40-29. 3 games. And I think this, we said this. This is the Dodgers and Giants' first meeting of the season. And then again, the Dodgers played San Diego. They go into this series with San Francisco. Then they chase it again with San Diego. That's rough.
It's tough.
But they're off to a good start.
Yeah,
they took 2 of 3
over
San Diego. So there you have it. That's kind of the big game in big series, if you will, in Major League Baseball. All right, good stuff. Let's take a break, come back. Got some This Date in Sports History we'll try and squeeze in before we get to hour number 2, talking a bunch of stuff with Brent Beaird right here on Action Sports Jacks.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Are you about to graduate high school and haven't decided on what you want to do when you get done? Well, one option is to apply to become a student in the Electrical Training Alliance of Jacksonville. Their program offers structured classroom and online training along with on-the-job training so that you can earn while you learn. Still not convinced? The folks at ETA Jacks are a tuition-free 4-year apprenticeship program. There is no tuition and no student debt. Just pay for your books and your fees. That's it. Now, speaking of pay, students, they start off making $40,000 per year, including benefits, and they graduate, get this, making over $80,000 per year, including those sought-after benefits. Now, that sounds pretty good to me, and if that sounds good to you, it should check off a lot of boxes. So head on over to etajacks.org and apply by May 15th. Again, the website right here, etajacks.org. Don't wait, apply today.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with We Are Martyr rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is down. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
All right, we welcome you back. Terry Norvelle kind of wrapping up the week. Busy Friday, going into a busy weekend in the world of sports. Casey Kurtz producing. Brent Beaird, we hope to hear from in the second hour. Got a lot of stuff to cover with Brent. Casey, boy, this college baseball game, they moved to the bottom of the eighth right now. 2 outs. Still tied, Arizona and Coastal Carolina tied at 4. Coastal Carolina is the home team. So they're batting in the bottom of the eighth. 2 out, nobody on. It's going to be a tough one. I'm looking at it from the losing team. Whoever walks out of this thing with a loss,
right?
And boy, losing that first College World Series game is so hard on your path back. It'll be a tough one for somebody to lose, but it's been a good one. 4 all, bottom of the eighth, 2 out. Arizona taking on Coastal Carolina, and again, Arizona is the visitors in this game. Tonight, the second game, the second of 2 to kick off the College World Series. Louisville will take on Oregon State. Oregon State tonight. Tomorrow, the other 2 opening games, as there's 8 teams, 4 games in the opening round. The second 2 games to open will take place, and then you'll have then it'll kind of just go elimination day, unbeaten day, and we'll whittle it down. We'll whittle it down to 2 teams playing a 2 out of 3. I think the college baseball season and postseason goes a little long.
It does.
And I love college baseball, but I've said, particularly since they went to the 2 out of 3 championship game format, which adds another 3 days, sometime with rain, 4 days. I think it drags on a little bit. It drags on, I think, a little bit. So we'll track that. Taking a look at the U.S. Open. Let's see if we got anything we need to refresh. The story so far today is Lawrence, who jumped out to a hot start. He birdied 3 of the first 4. He's coming back to earth a little bit. Wow, he's at even par now, Casey. So he struggled a little bit for the day. He's even par for the day. Span is still your leader now. He is even for the day. He was 4 under yesterday, so he's currently 4 under through 12. Trying to hold on. Sam Burns, the big mover so far, 65 today. He's 3 under for the tournament, 1 behind Span, who is playing his second round. Let me take a look at Lawrence, though, because he started so hot. Started on the back 9. He birdied 3 of his first 4. Oh, Casey.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
You're looking at it. He birdied 3 of his first 4, and then he's gone bogey, bogey, bogey. So he looked up and goes, this guy, what is it, Tristan Lawrence? Thriston. Thriston Lawrence. Yeah. I'm assuming he bogeyed 14, 15, 16, started on the back. I'm assuming that's about the time he looked at the scoreboard and he goes, does that say U.S. Open up there?
Possibly. Right. I might have realized where he was.
Whoa, does that say U.S. Open? So we'll keep track. A lot of golf left to play to kind of get everybody starting to get situated, if you will, in the golf tournament. Let me tell you real quick about the Jacksonville Basketball Academy still going on. It'll go on all the way through the first week of August, so you've got plenty of time to get your basketball player signed up. Different skill levels, different grades. They teach 3rd grade through about high school. No matter where you're at in your basketball development, where you want to go, they've got a camp. Coach Jim Martin runs it, owns it, operates it. He is the longtime head coach at Providence, well-respected basketball coach in our area. His camps will develop your game from where your game is at to where your game will go. Obviously, all the skills of basketball are covered. Shooting, ball handling, footwork, teamwork, understanding the game. And it's just a great way to get your youngster involved in something physical during the summertime. 9 weeks of camps. You can obviously sign up for multiple weeks. And the best way to find out all the information about the Jacksonville Basketball Academy is to go to their website. Google Jacksonville BasketballAcademy.com. Jacksonville Basketball Academy.com. All right, Casey, how about some this date in sports history?
Okay.
Ready? This date, 1948.
Oh, boy.
The great Babe Ruth made his final Yankee Stadium appearance, his farewell appearance. He was well retired at this point. He was ill, and he wasn't doing real well. He ended up dying this year in 1948, August 16th. So we're talking a couple months before he died. He made his farewell appearance, the Babe Ruth, the great Babe. And he put on his, and this is the second part of this, Casey. Rumor has it, people that attended it, they said he put on his final hot dog eating display, and it was later topped. It stood till 2001 Kobayashi broke his record, but
Really?
Babe gave it a good run.
Interesting.
I think that's a wives' tale, though.
I would probably agree
Yeah,
with
I
that.
think that's a wives' tale. I bet if hot dog eating competition was a thing, Babe could have done it.
Definitely.
And I'll guarantee you, Babe would not have been dunking his hot dogs in water.
No, just straight glizzy.
Straight beer. You're damn right. So the Babe is. I'll tell you, they've got footage of Ruth. His goodbye. You know, they go out. They walk. They're wearing suits. Those guys back then. They walk in the home plate, and you've seen obviously the Lou Gehrig farewell.
Sure.
And all the movies, but the movies have depicted it. And it's a great scene. But that kind of happened back in the day. They would walk out this sick player, you know, end of his life, and they'd make the pitch on the you know, the old radio looking microphone thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It had to be that too, right?
Had to be.
It couldn't be one of those Bob Barker Price is Right thin. No, it needed
they're
to
like,
be.
go get the oldest one we can find.
Yeah, Marconi invented it. You know.
Yeah.
It was Marconi's original. I wrestled with getting this video and having you play it, but I didn't want to. It was a little too graphic. I'm being serious for a quick moment. This date in sports history, and it happened this week, back in 1955, and there is video of it. It is. I just thought it was too graphic, but it has also been colorized. But there is a great video of a tragic moment, the worst moment in auto racing history. Worldwide, happened on this week, 1955, at the in France at the Le Mans, the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Okay.
And they still run that. It's a very, very, very famous race worldwide. So they're racing, and you can see the footage. And I said, nah, you can look it up, Casey, if you want to, and you folks can. A couple things strike you. It's a road course, 24 hours. It's not a, you know, kind of like Daytona, and you know they make it a course, not a oval.
For sure.
So it's a road course, and the thing's packed, and Mercedes is one of the car makers in it, along with other car makers. And the first thing that strikes you, number one, there was a horrific crash.
Okay. Kind of figured.
Car parts go everywhere, on fire. 77 spectators die.
Holy cow.
77. It's the greatest tragedy, and there's great footage of it. It's tragic. But the first thing that strikes you, and I've seen it before, it just came up because it happened this week in history, 1955. The first thing that strikes you, the road course, the fans are behind and they're ground level in a lot of the course. And where this happened at, there's just thousands of fans, not up high, but ground level with kind of looks like just kind of a wooden fence. 10 feet off the asphalt,
Interesting.
And they've got in curves and stuff, and the articles tell you there are some, I don't know what the wording is, but like car blockers, but everything's low. And it's just it's like people watching a horse race on the infield, standing behind a fence, So you see, the cars, the big crash, and I'm telling you, Casey, metal steel car parts go flying into the crash. It was too gruesome. But it was Mercedes, by the way, got out of racing after that.
Really?
Got out of racing. Kicker. Here's a kicker. As the story goes, and you can look it up, they finished the race. There's carnage everywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Holy.
Is that incredible?
Wow.
Is that incredible? And look how the fans are watching right on the ground level.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Isn't that?
Yeah, that is.
Would you agree? Too graphic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and this is real life. This happened. This isn't some.
This is it's not amazing because of what happened.
I know what you're saying.
But it is amazing quality video for 1955.
Yeah, and they've colorized it.
I'm even watching black and white.
Yeah, you can see.
My!
Isn't that incredible? Those pieces. The engine go. Can you imagine an engine coming out of a car?
They're still racing. To your point,
yeah.
They're like.
And you see, and it looks like it happens at the main grandstand.
Yeah, right there, right, like where you'd want to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see the carnage, and obviously, I'm sure they what do you call
white
delay flagged it, whatever you call that.
It's
but
black flag now, but I don't.
Yeah, but they it appears they just kind of drug them off.
They do. They're literally driving right past.
And they finished the race. There are a bunch of movies. I want to say Steve McQueen starred in one that was called Le Mans.
All right.
And but there's a bunch of movies about it. Yeah, that's just a terrible. It's a sports situation that happened. And
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, but I definitely thought it was a little too graphic.
Definitely.
To use. So
I would've looked at you sideways.
Yeah. It's
You're right, Steve McQueen. There's a movie.
Yeah, they did a movie about it, and I think the race is still another automaker. Mercedes got out of the race game. Because one of their cars was and it didn't mean Mercedes did anything wrong.
Sure, but
they just spooked them. And some country outlawed this was in 55, outlawed auto racing. They didn't come back until like 82. The whole country.
Wow.
Auto racing's out. Switzerland or somebody said, nah, that's too risky. But, Casey, the first thing that really struck you is who would allow... You've got cars. I'm sure back then the cars were doing 120.
It was Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, Switzerland. Yeah. The cars probably were, I think I read they averaged about 120. How do you have fans just standing on almost like a wooden fence?
That's the craziest part without showing the video. Like, legitimately, it would be like you were standing right next to the Daytona 500. Like,
really?
you're right there.
Well, you got a wooden fence in front of you.
Clearly, it did its job.
So you don't wander onto the track.
I mean, that's literally why I was there. Yeah. I mean, you're right there.
Whew, it was something. I'm glad.
You're courtside at an NBA game. That's how close you are.
I almost, and I said, no, this is too graphic. I can't do it. Okay, last thing. This was kind of neat if you're a Dodger fan or just a baseball fan in general. The LA Dodgers, they had probably the greatest run of a starting infield. Now, I'm not saying these guys played every game because some guys got hurt here and there and took a day off. But starting on this date, 1973, the LA Dodgers ran out a starting infield of Steve Garvey at first, Davey Lopes at second, Bill Russell at short, and Ron Say at third. That was the Dodgers' starting infield for 8.5 years.
Damn.
Kept them together and they were good. They were beating the Yankees in the Great World Series and losing to the Yankees in Great World Series.
And what's crazy about that is none of them are Hall of Famers.
How about that?
That's. I mean, that wouldn't happen today.
Garvey would be the closest.
Garvey's
probably.
The closest.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think it's that close.
Yeah. How about that? 8.5 years, and we've got free agency and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but
Garvey was a good player, but like he's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. And boy, did he get weird. Have you tracked him before?
I mean,
yeah,
I'm looking at some of it right now.
He got weird post baseball and things that came out. Garvey had the perfect American baseball looks.
Yep.
Hollywood, gorgeous. Came to find out he had some stuff. Beautiful wife that you thought was perfect marriage. I'll leave it at that. Got a little weird. Then he ran for politics and all.
Yeah, he was running for 2014 state senate elections in California,
and he got beat.
He did not.
But he got a little sideways. There's some weird stuff that happened in his post baseball that I'll just say sullied his reputation.
Yeah,
because he's out there in Hollywood. He's got the looks.
Yeah,
he's clean cut. The first baseman is known for his big forearms, his big Popeye forearms. Mr. Americana looks like he was Beaver Cleaver's dad if he was a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. All right, let's take a break. Brent Beaird is setting his gear up. We'll get Brent on the other side. With that, let me take a quick. Who knows? Oh my goodness! Coastal 7-4.
How about that?
Still batting bottom of the 8th inning. I know Coastal is. They were one of the top 16. They were seeded 13th in the top 16. Arizona was not seeded. I would still call this an upset if it holds. I would still call this an upset if it holds. Just knowing, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And Coastal was the home team, but they're batting in the bottom of the 8th, leading 7-4. Game 1, College World Series. All right, let's take a break. Come back. Welcome our good buddy Brent Beaird to the show. You're hooked up with the Young and Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jacks.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options. and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jack's Pal. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jackspal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jack's Pal.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Wow, we welcome you back, and yes, it is true. Coastal Carolina threw up a 3-spot in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's all they got, but they now lead Arizona. Game 1 of the College World Series, well underway, heading to the top of the 9th. Arizona, Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina lead Arizona 7-4, top of the 9th. Arizona batting, they need 3 to keep the game going. They do have a runner on second base with no outs, but a long way back for the Wildcats in Game 1. Game 2 of the overall College World Series is tonight around 7, scheduled at 7. Louisville will take on Oregon State. And then let me flip back a few days here on the trusty notepad. Arizona, Coastal Carolina, that got underway at 2. Tonight at 7, Louisville takes on Oregon State. Tomorrow, Murray State takes on UCLA at 2. And then LSU, Arkansas, kind of the marquee game of the opening round. LSU versus Arkansas, that is tomorrow at 7. And then we get into Sunday elimination and then undefeated, and then it really gets win and stay alive as we welcome Mr. Brent Beaird here, going to help us in the final hour. Mr. Beaird, did you get caught in that rain today, Mr. Beaird?
Almost. We're going Patrick Young.
Oh, Patrick, did you get caught in that rain today?
I mean, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good. Sound good.
Sweet. I got caught in a little bit of rain. Not too much. I had to drive down to Melbourne. I have a speaking engagement starts at 7 in the morning. So had to drive in early. I know, right? But it's nice. It's nice to get up that early, do what you got to do, and then the rest of the day is your oyster. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Do what you want with it.
The group you're speaking to, they know it's Saturday tomorrow, right? You don't have to get...
I know, right? There's going to be about there's supposed to be about 400 men. And one of the things that they pride themselves on with this event, it's like you're going to be able to eat all the bacon you want, all the bacon you can want. So
Casey,
I'm going to be in bacon line.
I was going to say to Casey, it sounds like he's speaking to Augusta National. See if you all get that joke. 400 men. Augusta was famous for no women allowed.
I know, right?
Are you speaking to Augusta National tomorrow? I like it.
Oh, they put a lot, maybe 2 more zeros behind the number.
No doubt. Hey,
at Augusta National.
Get back to the all-you-can-eat bacon. Casey and I, we perked up when we heard that. What now? What about the bacon?
Yeah. He said you're gonna come. He said you're gonna come here and you're gonna get all the bacon that you can eat. So I said, can I just do that? Can I just do the bacon part and not worry about anything else? But no.
Are they paying you in?
There's more.
Casey, they're paying him in bacon, for God's sakes.
Paying him in pork.
They could. I'm gonna eat a lot of it tomorrow.
God.
Because I hate that, like that hotel, like I don't want to disparage certain hotels, but some of those hotels that have those free continental breakfasts.
Yeah.
What type of where are they getting that bacon from?
And where are they getting
every crap?
Hey, everything on that line at a continental breakfast, you're like, what? No, is this real food? Or is it's
none of it's real.
It's like astronaut food, I think. What they pack for the astronauts.
Yeah. If I was an astronaut, you would say, "Oh man, this sucks." But like that's the only option you got. It'd be fine. Fake waffle, fake eggs, fake bacon. But shoot, they always have a lot of those the juice machine. The juice machine's always ready to go.
Yeah. Hey, you take some of that food on those continental breakfast hotels lines. You take some of that food to, I guess, a gastroenterologist. What do you call that? Gastroenterologist or whatever. A stomach doctor, and they look at that food. You're putting what? You're putting this in your body?
No, that doctor will probably say, yeah, you should keep eating this so I can stay really rich.
Hey,
you're giving me a lot of work.
Yeah, the grits on that line, they double as plaster of Paris. You can either eat it or you could patch a hole in the side of your sheetrock with it.
The grits they're always too runny. They're always too runny.
I'm with you. I like the grits more firm. Yeah, I'm with you there. Because I'm gonna put some butter in there, and it's gonna make it more soupy. But
Sarah, I didn't know you were a grits person. I like you a lot more now.
I hear
like you a
hey,
lot more now.
You give me some good firm grits, throw some butter and a little bit of salt. Ooh, son.
Even a little bit of hey, I'm not opposed to cheese in there.
Oh, stop it.
Never opposed to some good cheese in there, Terry.
No, not at all, my man. Hey, huge game tonight. OKC has got to win tonight, right?
They got to win.
They'll get knocked out if they don't win. Woo! What about it?
Oh my gosh, do they ever have to win?
Yeah. Are they? Are they going to
win this game? Are they going to win? Ooh. That's a big question.
Yeah.
I don't feel good. I don't feel good about the answers to that question. So can I pass?
Yeah. I liked OKC to win the series going in. I did say whoever wins game 3, I think will win it, and Indiana won game 3. By the way, final score, Coastal Carolina has finished off Arizona. Coastal Carolina final score 7, Arizona 4. So long way back now for Arizona. Game 1.
We'll see you later, $5.
Yeah, and long way back for my $5. Patrick, I lost $5 on this thing. Gosh darn it. Come on, Arizona.
Oh, really?
I hate gambling. Why, Patrick, why did you let me get into this gambling game? I thought we were buddies, man. Yeah, I thought we were buddies.
We are.
God.
Hey, we're not, and by the way, we're not, because I know it was such a pain for you last year. Maybe if we want to do some type of gambling thing, it needs to be all virtual, where nobody has to take on.
Yeah, I'm out. Being the scorekeeper was a pain in the.
Yeah. I would not ask you. I would not ask you to do that again. But if we actually get a sponsor, then for gambling, I'd be all about it.
I think we have an organizer. Casey Kurtz, I think, is applied for that job.
Hold
Casey,
on. I didn't send in my application.
Is that a rumor, or did you apply for that?
That's a rumor. I don't know where you heard that.
It just got hard about midway. I'm like, oh God, I got to get this pick. I got to get his pick, and wait a minute.
That's tough.
It was. I didn't know it was going to be that difficult just to keep. But who did
we
it?
Should have. Well, maybe what would have made it easier. Like we didn't know what we were doing. But set some parameters, and hey, if you don't send your picks in, we didn't give penalties. There needs to be penalties for not. That way, like, here's the deadline. You missed the deadline, so that would have been a little bit less stressful on your end too.
Yeah, I agree. If you don't get your picks in, you owe Terry, the scorekeeper, $10 or something
there you
like
go.
that.
Something like that. Yeah, that would work.
I'm out. We can even have a listener or somebody. I'm out. I'm out of the scorekeeper guy. I'll play the game, but I'm out of it. That was a lot of work, man. I don't know how Hard Rock does it pretty good. I don't know how they do it.
They have a good system.
They do have a pretty good system. All right, Patrick, let's welcome Brent Beaird. Ladies and gentlemen, Brent Beaird. Brent Beaird to the show. Hey, buddy.
Greetings to all of you. It's nice to be on. We've been having thunderstorms here in Fleming Island, so man, it's been crackling out there right now.
I was asking Patrick, and you said Patrick's down in Melbourne, right, Pat?
Yes, correct.
Buddy, we're up here, and we had about 3 o'clock where I was at. Boy, we had a big boy, and this one brought some lightning with it, didn't it, Brent?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it did, huh?
I don't like that lightning, man.
No.
This was a dog. It was a dog scare.
Oh, it was a dog. It was definitely a dog scare. All right, Brent Beaird, we brought you on. Talk a little college ball. College World Series off and running. Coastal 7-4 winner over Arizona, Louisville, and Oregon State tonight.
I am not surprised at that at all. Coastal has they swept Auburn, and they may have not. Most teams have what Terry? One good pitcher. Coastal's got about 3 or 4.
And you said that the other day. They go a good 3 deep with quality starters. I heard a really good analogy. I was reading up a lot about the College World Series this week, and I heard a really good analogy about Coastal Carolina. The guy that wrote the article, I can't remember who it was, he said Coastal Carolina to baseball is kind of what Gonzaga is to basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Gonzaga hasn't won a national title in basketball. Coastal has won a baseball, but Coastal, they now, whatever they do, it doesn't surprise you. Whatever Gonzaga does, it doesn't surprise you. That's a good analogy, I thought.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. I agree with that. For sure.
Yeah.
And by the way, Coastal in the Sun Belt, which is interesting. I mean, their ERA is 3.21. That's pretty heavy in college baseball.
And Pat, I want to make sure you hear this too. Brent just brought up the Sun Belt Conference. I'm just going to make this statement. Out of the 4 people on our show right now, Patrick Young, Brent Beaird, Casey Kurtz,
I know what you're going to say.
And Terry Norvelle, one of us was an all-conference Sun Belt baseball player. Speaking of Coastal in that Sun Belt.
Yeah.
Now we didn't have Coastal Carolina in the conference back then. I promise you that.
And the Harvard of the South.
Harvard of the South, yeah. Pat, you saw yesterday. I was sporting my JU shirt, Jacksonville University, showing off. I was just showing off yesterday.
Yes.
Did you get any comments?
No, there's an intimidation factor. A lot of people don't want to talk to me. There's an intimidation intelligence factor that a lot of people are shied off of. Yeah, so. All right, Brent, what do we got? Give us some good stuff here, man. We got some college ball to talk about.
We do, and as a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to that LSU Arkansas game tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night,
that's gonna be a lot of fun to be able to see that one too. But that great field. No one's back from last year, which is hard to believe.
How about that? That's weird. Isn't it?
Now, Pat may remember this. He may not. Terry, I know you and I do. The Arizona and UCLA are in this field, and there used to be the SEC teams really had nothing to do with baseball, did they? I mean, Florida did from time to time, Vandy and Arkansas, but man, that was about it. So it's interesting to see these West Coast teams, and Oregon State too, who are in here, and you don't normally see them.
I'm going to throw out not really a trivia question. If you guys want to take a stab at it, I'll throw it out here. This is a college baseball SEC kind of trivia that I've known this because I'm kind of a weirdo in college baseball, but it still shocks me, and I don't know the reason behind this. All right, guys, Casey, Brent, Patrick, don't cheat. Tell me the first SEC program to win the College World Series. And this will shock you, and then the spinoff will shock you. Who would you guess would be the first College World Series champion from the SEC? And it's not a trick question. It's not Georgia Tech, who's not in it anymore, or Swanee, or Tulane. Casey, you want to take a stab? Brent want to take a stab? Patrick want to take a stab? Feel free. SEC.
Yeah, absolutely.
This still blows me away. Kentucky. And there's a spinoff. And Pat says Kentucky.
Who? Or has Kentucky won one?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Dang it.
I'm not going to tell you that. You want me to do the math problem for you?
I need to know if
don't cheat,
you just
guys.
say, okay, this team's never won one, this team's never won one,
Pat, listen to me. Like Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, zip it, we've got your answer. You're Kentucky. Mr. Beaird or Mr. Kurtz, anybody want to take a guess? Don't cheat in there, Casey.
I'm not cheating.
Hands up.
Hands up.
Hands up. Brent, you want to take it sad? Don't cheat, Brent.
I'll
trust you, Brent.
Yeah, Lindy's is not going to help me with baseball.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to say now. Okay, so it wouldn't be Texas because they've only been in the league for a short period.
I'm glad you made that addendum. We won't count Texas because the season's
it
not
wouldn't
even
be Texas A&M. It wouldn't be Texas A&M.
Right.
Pat,
or Oklahoma.
Pat, I said zip it, Pat. Okay.
I'm helping.
Do you know what zip it means, Pat? Zip it.
Nope.
Zip it.
I'm going to say either South Carolina or Mississippi State because they've been powerhouses over the years.
Okay, I got you. I'm going to put you down for both. You may hit one of them. Casey, you want to take a stab?
Do I get two?
You can have two.
Because I'm between Florida and Vanderbilt.
UF, Vandy. You want another one?
Are we all wrong? Everyone's wrong.
I'm not saying that. I'm just
Pat, you might want to take another team.
Guys begging for Casey in there begging for two. I said we want three.
Mississippi State.
So you're going Kentucky, Mississippi State, Pat?
Yep.
How about, and the answer is going to, it always shocks me. I've known it a long time. And the spinoff to it shocks me. How about the Georgia Bulldogs?
Yeah.
How about the Georgia Bulldogs were the first SEC program to win the College World Series? And here's a shocker. They did it in not 1912 or 1940,
1990. Yeah. That's
wow.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that. SEC the SEC has always played good baseball. Mm-hmm. They've always been in the South with good weather. Now, way back in the 70s, 60s, 50s, the West Coast did dominate. USC would win 12 and 15 years. Arizona, UCLA. But how about that? Georgia in 90 was the first SEC team to win the college. Shocks me every time. Hell, that Georgia team, I played against several of their star players because I left JU in '88. We played Georgia.
Wow.
How about that?
I'm surprised no one mentioned LSU because of some of the really good teams that they had. And look, people now, the point you bring up is a really good point because, the SEC for years, winning a baseball championship would be like winning an equestrian championship.
I agree.
In the SEC, and to be able to win baseball and have that shift has come over to, I still say the biggest shift in the SEC is basketball. Becoming a power in basketball now. Pat, is that you on for that? I agree. They've always been a football power, but really baseball and basketball. I wouldn't say they're Johnny Come Latelys, but they're close.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think so.
Yeah, and Pat, you might have helped usher some of that in your 4 years at Florida, but yeah, it's gosh darn, I don't see the SEC backing off either. They got programs that now want to win at basketball, and they got a bunch of them.
Yeah,
a bunch of them. I'm going to spin off on something. We may not have enough time to get deep into this, but this goes back to college football, and I think college football right now, it's reinventing itself. I think we'd all agree it's reinventing itself. I think college football has the one humongous power thing that college football has. I think they need to exploit it. And let me read a couple things to you guys, and this will lead into it. Okay, I'm going to start with the NFL. The NFL is a private, unincorporated association made up of 32 individually owned franchises, and it can set and enforce its own internal rules within certain legal limits. Okay, hold that thought. Now I'm going to give you something from Augusta National. Okay, Augusta National Golf Club. Augusta National Golf Club is a private entity, and as such, it has the legal authority to set and enforce its own internal rules and policies. Sounds a lot like the NFL, right? Okay. Let me go to a third one, and this is non-sports. But let me read this. And this is dealing with HOA, homeowners associations that a lot of neighborhoods have. Okay? HOAs. Okay. HOAs. They are typically a private legal entity, most often a nonprofit corporation, and it can set and enforce its own internal rules for properties within its jurisdiction. So I bring those three things up. I hope that this can be done legally, but I think the NCAA / college football, if they can legally turn into a private organization that can set its own rules and regulation, because when you're in an organization, the courts have shown if you have collective bargaining in your organization, both sides have the same amount of power. I need your side, you need my side. We need each other. The courts historically have said private collective bargaining entities, you work your differences out. Don't come to us. Right?
Yeah.
Where I'm going, we have a salary cap in college football now. It's coming up.
Basically, yes.
The one thing that can still skew it is NIL. Now, the schools can't set up the NIL anymore, but the guys, rogue boosters and stuff, if it can be legally structured, I don't see why college football, the NCAA, couldn't, under a private institution, say, hey, if you football players want to play in, this is private. We don't make you come play in our organization. Mm-hmm. If you come into our organization, like the NFL, like the Augusta National, like HOA, we are going to set the rules and regulation. You are going to get paid, but we are saying you cannot go outside and make outside money while you're part of our organization. I think that could nip in the bud. And if you get caught, we're going to punish the hell out of you. Now, why would the players do that? Well, the NCAA and college football have a massively important situation. They have exposure. The player needs college football. If the player doesn't play in college football or they get kicked out, that's going to greatly hurt their chances for the NFL. College football,
Absolutely.
college football needs to greatly exploit what they have, and it's called exposure. Exposure. I know I threw a lot at you guys.
Yeah.
Digest it as you may.
Well, exposure number one would be where they need exposure is in the off season. And
No. I did a poor job. When I say exposure, college football's most valuable thing they have for the player is
okay.
They get to expose the player gets to expose themselves to the NFL. If they don't have college football, good luck. Good luck exposing yourself to the NFL. Go, pick it up there. I did a poor job.
Well, okay, I get you now. My first question would be, in order to get this done, would they need to break away from the NCAA and form their own association?
No, I think you need an organizational.
I agree with you.
Everybody says everybody says the NCAA is going to go away. There's going to be another organization to run it. There's got to be an organization to run it.
Yeah. There has to be.
But I just want it now. The first argument is, wait a minute, that's against that quarterback's rights. If his civil rights, if he can go make money, how can you say no just because you're paying him a salary? Well, I can say no because I'm a private organization. You knew coming into my organization. I don't think it's any different than. Do you realize when a scholarship Division I athlete is on scholarship, the paperwork says they can't have a job? You knew that, Brent, right? You can't have a job while you're on scholarship.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think if I'm college.
Makes me think of this. Tebow has a story where he talked about there was an opportunity when he was with the Patriots that it was car shoot. Something where he could have got paid to do it, and he went to Coach Belichick, and Coach Belichick said, "Hey, you can do what you want, but we'd like it if you didn't do it." And obviously, that's something completely entirely different. But there's going to be times like that where a coach, they can't tell you that you can't do it. But to your point, I didn't know that about on the scholarship, but they can say, we'd probably think it's not a good look for you, but you can do what you want.
The other illegal thing, and I'm far from a legal scholar, the other legal thing when I was putting this together, I thought to myself, okay, I can see a player that's told they can't, while you're in this private organization, our rules and regulations say you can get a salary, the schools are paying you, but you can't, until you're out of our organization, you can't make any other income. You're getting a salary. You work for right? I thought, okay, some player is going to get an attorney and go, wait a minute. You're acting as a monopoly. We need the NFL, and the NFL's a monopoly. So you're punishing us. Well, no. If I'm arguing the NFL's a monopoly, I would say, wait a minute. Just because we are really good at what we do, other people have tried to mimic us. Just because they failed, don't punish us, the NFL, because we're the best at what we do. USFL's tried. The AFL tried. The UFL, right? I mean, just because the NFL is really good at what they do and they're the dominant, I don't know if that's calling them a monopoly. I don't know. I just, if they could legally structure it like that, I think that could help with the rogueness that might happen.
If they, okay, let me ask you this. If they, if you can't have a job, but you could get royalties from EA Sports game or Madden or something. These players are going crazy now over this. The game that went away is back now, but basically, what do you call that? What do you call that? It's not a video game, but it's
that Madden stuff.
Yeah. They didn't have it. They started it back this year, and the players are getting some money out. They are getting some money from that.
Yeah. Anyway, I bogged us down, but that's my overall thought where we're at, what I think would help, because I love where it's going, and I love the salary and salary cap, but I still worry about the rogue booster. Here's another thing. This new enforcement group, they're supposed to keep an eye on these NILs and make sure they're legitimate.
Yeah.
If they're going to be around, I hope they can police them, make sure they're legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
Brent, I'll let you go with this first. I hate to say guinea pig, but you wonder if early in this process, maybe the first 2 or 3 years, this enforcement arm of the NCAA, do they need to bust one of these programs down?
Yes. Yeah.
And, almost the old lynching in the old lynching in the town square thing. Do they need to find 3 years into this and go, hey, XYZ school program, we told you not to do this. Now sit out for 2 or 3 years. I don't know.
Yeah. Now I wonder how involved this new commission would be. They've got this new college sports commission. They've actually got a commissioner.
Yeah,
and what they're supposed to do is oversee the NIL compliance situation. So,
that's what I'm speaking to. That group's what I'm speaking to. Yeah. Anyway, I bogged us down. Pat, feel free if you've got anything to add to the end of that discussion. We'll go back to some of Brent's notes. There's a lot to work out. By the way, we're not splitting the atom here. We can figure this out, guys, somehow, right?
Oh, yeah.
And make it fair and equitable, which is what in the NFL they have a salary cap. Every player can go do their own advertising and all, but the NFL, the richest owner in the NFL, can't give out small contracts and boost those by giving their own personal money. That's against the NFL rules, and you'll get in trouble for that. We need to get college sports to that point where the salary cap has some teeth, and you can't just have a rogue booster throw in more money. Anyway, I'm out of it, Brent. Brent, bring us back to home with some topics.
No, I think you're onto something with that. Now, the biggest topic that came out today was what to do with the portal. We've got two periods for the portal. There's going to be a meeting of the Bowl Subdivision Oversight Committee.
Of course, there's going to be a meeting.
Yeah, on Monday, probably in a big hotel. But I think this will be virtually. That they're going to talk about what do we do with the portal? Do we stay with what we got now, which is the one in the spring and the one in the winter? A lot of people want to just have one, have it in the winter and have it in January, and let that be it. And I would agree with that. I think they need to just cut it down to one.
And I agree. January I think would fit. But Pat, I would think if you had one portal in January. And I'm talking about football right now. I think different sports could have different times, right?
Yeah.
Because January, I think by mid-January, you would have gotten a pretty good feel of what your roster players are thinking. Are 10 of them are 10 of your starters thinking about leaving? You got to have a little bit of time to talk to your players, right? So you know what to do in the portal. You see what I'm saying? If you have it too early still in the season, or too early right after the season ends, you, the coach, don't know what players you're going to lose to the portal to know what players you need to fill in. But if you had it in say late January, I think you would have had a lot of end of season interviews with your whole roster.
Yeah, well, I think you need to have it either before the playoffs begin or afterwards.
I think right afterwards, because you also don't want to punish a team in the playoffs.
Correct.
The last thing they want to do is have 85 exit interviews while the season's going on to figure out, are you leaving or staying? Are you leaving or staying? Are you leaving or staying? How about, Pat, I think that'd be a good time to have it. Oh. Lose Pat, but... if we lost Pat, but Brent, what I was saying, I don't think it can. I think basketball would have to have their portal the end of April, right?
Yeah.
Baseball, baseball would probably have to open their portal right after the College World Series in June, right?
Yeah.
I'm all for, and Pat, I'll ask you this first. I'm all for one portal, not two. I think one portal is the answer. Two of them, it's too convoluted and it's hard to set your roster, I think.
Now, the other thing they're looking at is the oversight committee is a proposal like an NFL-style OTA.
Right.
That would add 6 non-padded practices to the existing 15 practices, which is 21 total from January to June. That would be interesting. Would you rather? I think that'd be good for the game, frankly, to spread it out like that. I mean, right now, what you got is you begin spring practice in March and you end in April, and you've got only 2 months involved with this. Where here, if they did this, you're talking about January to June, which is 5 or 6 months.
And, that gives you a little more oversight of your roster time-wise, right? Because right now, you've got them for your spring, like you said, March or April. But after April, there's a long time. I mean, you could run this, right? There's a long time they're on their own. And just with the weightlifting staff, right?
Guys, the other big thing going on, and Terry, if we need to go to break, tell me.
No, we're fine. We're going to take it up.
Okay.
We may squeeze one in, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm back in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other big thing going on is at University of Kentucky, one of their cherished assistant coaches, Vince Morrow, has left Kentucky and of all places is going to Louisville.
Ooh, that's going to leave a mark.
So he was almost there at Kentucky for 10 years before he left. He's the new general manager at Louisville for Jeff Brom.
Football. Football.
So he was on the radio yesterday, and here's his couple of quotes here. Sometimes I didn't have that much to sell at Kentucky.
Oh my!
In certain years, and still brought in 4 stars and high 4 stars. But this is easy, meaning being at Louisville. This is going to be a real easy to sell. I think I can do it with the best. Listen to this. I'm selling a top 10 coach who's the best offensive mind, one of the best offensive minds in college football. I deal with the NFL a lot. There are a lot of gyms that really admire it.
Oh my.
It's easy selling that and selling the city.
As opposed to Kentucky and Lexington. Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, that heats things up between those two now, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Kentucky was reportedly caught off guard by Morrow's departure. So this was a guy that obviously again had been there for quite a while, but see what another problem here is he's leaving Terry in June.
That's rough, man.
It's not like he's leaving in. But okay, let's see. He recruited Benny Snell, Wandale Robinson, Lynn Bowden, some of their
Good
better players with that.
Leaving a major college football program staff mid June. That's rough. That's rough. I mean, these guys are 6 weeks away from getting organized and heading into early August with practice. Brent, I want to bring up something, and I'm now pretty convinced. A lot of people are going to disagree with what I'm going to say, but I'm pretty convinced now. I've always thought there had to be some stuff going on behind the scenes that we didn't know that made Dan Mullen leave the University of Florida.
Yeah.
I think Dan Mullen's a good coach. I think Dan Mullen had it going at Florida. And things got sideways. Well, we've never really gotten the crux of it. I hear a lot of fans that are anti-Dan Mullen. He didn't like to recruit, didn't want to recruit. Well, number one, he had a couple pretty good teams there. He had an 11-2 team with a bunch of talent. I always wondered what went on. I've now heard and read enough stuff where I'm convinced I'm leaning on Dan Mullen's side. There was a monstrous article about Dan Mullen taking the UNLV job, and he was quoted and quoted and quoted, and he pointed out there's a lot of things to like about the UNLV job. And he talked about facilities, and UNLV's got money. They've got an athletic director that wants to win.
Yeah.
They've got a president that wants to win. And this article came out, guys, probably a week ago. And some of Gator Nation's in a tizzy because when he got talking about they play in an NFL stadium, they have incredible practice facilities and weight rooms and blah, 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 blah. He all but said, and I've heard him say this a bunch, that he didn't have anything near this at Florida. And this was before the $85 million, blah, 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 all that was built.
Yeah, right.
Guys, I'm convinced that Dan Mullen felt like he was going out trying to get a football team to win titles with very few bullets in his gun when it came to the bells and whistles at Florida. I think Florida erred, dragging their feet so long on facilities. And I'm going to stick by that now.
Yeah.
I've heard it enough.
Yeah, I think there's a few things to that. Now, I do agree, and I've had people tell me this, that recruiting was one of his real downfalls.
Yeah.
Because he really did not want to do it. Now there were times I thought he played the wrong quarterback. Now he had Trask, right?
Yeah.
Terry?
He was a Trask. Trask was his guy.
Yeah. And probably should have played him more than he even did. But I mean, I agree. Mullen's a pretty good football coach. Can probably win at UNLV. Look, under the right circumstances, I mean, he has one of those incredible years. They could even get the playoffs.
Well, they were a game away last year.
Yeah.
Had they beat they were, gosh, I think they were 11-2. They lost twice to Boise. Yeah. They lost the regular season and the championship game. They were if they had beaten Boise in the championship game, they'd have been in.
Yeah.
They would have.
And I give Mullen some credit. I thought Mullen did a pretty good job as an analyst.
I thought he was good on TV. And Pat, are you still there? If you're still there, your thoughts on Dan Mullen? I thought he was really good on TV. We may have lost Pat again. So, Brent, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I don't know if you can get a hold of in your notes the ACC SEC basketball matchups. We brushed over that because the big one was Florida Duke, but man, there's a couple really good matchups in that thing. I want to say Louisville, Arkansas. Kentucky, North Carolina. I know North Carolina's not what they have been, but I mean, Florida, Duke. I mean, that's three really good. I hate that they're going to get buried in early December, but there's nowhere else to put them. But man,
Terry, I've got it now.
Go ahead.
North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Syracuse.
That's a good game.
A&M, Pittsburgh. You've got Missouri, Notre Dame, Georgia at Florida State, Oklahoma at Wake Forest, Miami at Ole Miss, Chris Beaird coming back. Now, NC State goes to Auburn, and what people may not realize yet, that's Will Wade going back to Auburn.
How about that? Right back. Now, I love 3 or 4 of those games. I think they're really watchable games. I don't love the fact that this is early December, right? The matchups are early December.
December 2nd and 3rd, yes.
I don't necessarily love that because they're going to get buried right
they
there.
Are.
But I would keep it there. I didn't like when the SEC played the Big 12 Challenge that last week of January. It seemed awkward. Everybody's playing conference ball, and then all of a sudden – everybody plays an out-of-conference game. I would rather it be where it's at, but I do worry about some of those games getting buried in that time slot, that date.
Yeah, absolutely. That Tennessee-Syracuse game is somewhat intriguing.
Yeah.
Frankly, too. And then now you notice in this challenge, Notre Dame's in this challenge.
Yeah. Who do they play?
Play Missouri. That they host Missouri.
Well, I'll tell you, Notre Dame basketball, and we won't spend a lot of time on this. That's one of those bugaboo sports. Notre Dame, they've had, right, Pat? I mean, Notre Dame basketball's had a run here and a run there, but you wonder why they can't get some sustained basketball.
I know, right?
What do you think, Pat? You know, and Mike.
I don't know why they can't.
Yeah, and who was that guy? He took him, Mike. They had a decent coach. They've had decent coaches. Mike. I can't think of his last name. I can see the guy. But Notre Dame just can't.
Mike Bray.
Mike Bray. I thought, Pat. I don't know if you ever knew him much. Mike Bray. He had a couple good teams here, but wouldn't you think Notre Dame could play better basketball than they do men's basketball?
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
They're not competitive at all.
No, not. They really aren't. They're really bumping it around. Getting back to the SEC, a couple of intriguing programs. I think Florida's going to be real good. I think most people agree with that. Brent and Pat, I know we haven't dove into this yet. The portal's finished, I think, in basketball. But I'm going to be real curious. Tennessee, Ziegler got told no. He doesn't get an extra year. Did you see that, guys?
Yes, that's true.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he applied.
Not surprised.
He got turned down, so he may appeal, but I think that's done. I'm going to be real intrigued. Can Tennessee keep their level of basketball play up?
Agreed.
Auburn and Alabama. I think Auburn and Alabama can. They've got some good players. Brent, do you know much right now? I know it's early. Auburn and Alabama SEC basketball.
Yeah. The big deal with Alabama is Philon coming back.
That helped.
That I'm curious what Pat thinks about that.
And they thought they lost.
He should have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't they think they lost
back for another year?
And Bama thought he was gone. Yeah, I think he turned it around at the end.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Bruce Pearl can coach, and he's brought in a really good basketball team, so that both Bama and Auburn should be up there again. I don't know if they'll be Final Four, but they could certainly be Sweet 16 or better.
Yeah. You mentioned Bruce Pearl. When he came back, and Pat can comment on this, he's gotten to know Bruce a little bit. When Pearl left the TV booth and came back to college, I like him as a college coach. I think that's where he needs to be. He's a college basketball coach. He was good on TV, but when he came back, I didn't buy in immediately because I almost thought, this guy's just coming back to grab a couple $1 million salary. But, man, he fits. He needs to be in college basketball. He's not an NBA guy, I don't think. And Pat, you can weigh on that. Bruce Pearl's
I don't think so.
I think he's a college basketball coaching Jesse, if you ask me.
He is. Yeah. Funny thing about Pearl is, Tommy Tugville is going to run for governor in the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
So Tugville has given up his Senate seat. And I think this is just a trial balloon, but that there was an article, guys, believe it or not, about Bruce Pearl running for Kwame Tuberville's Senate seat.
Can't you see Pat Bruce Pearl on the floor of the House or the Senate in a suit? He's sweating like crazy.
I can see him being an activist.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see him being a governor.
But what about
he'd be a senator? Yeah,
senator taking his place. We got 2 minutes, guys. Getting back though, Bruce Pearl, the overall look of Bruce Pearl, he's a college guy. I don't think he would succeed at all in the NBA. Some of his contemporaries, though, I could see Nate Oates going to the NBA. I can see Todd Golden going to the NBA. But Bruce Pearl, he needs to stay. He needs to stay right where he's at. He's got that motivational. College basketball still is a lot about motivation too. I think he's a great college basketball coach.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to play.
He's
for
a fantastic college basketball coach.
Yeah, certainly.
He's a motivator of men.
He really is. You'd run through the wall, wouldn't you? I mean, if he told you to scale that wall, you'd do it. You'd try. You would try. Pat, we'll let you go, buddy. Sounds like you're pulling up. We got 1 minute left. Brent Beaird, final thoughts? Anything we need to know going into the weekend?
Well, obviously, we'll continue to follow the settlement, as we mentioned a few minutes ago. That they're meeting on the portal thing Monday.
Okay.
So there's still a lot of this stuff going on. We've still got the do they stay at 8 or go to 9? The commissioners are meeting next week again to iron out the college football format as far as stay at 12, go to 14, go to 16. I think we all think they'll be 16.
Right.
So Lindy's SEC edition's out next week too. So there's a lot going on next week.
And Lindy's is the big book, right? It's not the trimmed down. One of them's trimmed down.
Yes, the trimmed down one was more athlon.
Yeah, I'm waiting on Lindy's. I'm only going to buy one, I think, but I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick Young, have a great weekend. Brent Beaird, do the same. A lot of the viewing this weekend, NBA Finals, the U.S. Open, of course, and college baseball World Series. Enjoy it, everybody. Have a safe weekend. That'll just about wrap it up. Real quick, looking at the U.S. Open scoreboard, Burns in the house with a 65. He put that on top of a 72. Not a lot of guys finished. Your leader from yesterday's Spawn, he is still on the course through 16 plus 2. So he's backed up a couple of shots. A lot of golf this weekend. Hope you enjoy it. We'll get back together Monday for the next edition of the Young and Norvelle Show right here on Action Sports Jacks.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Are you about to graduate high school and haven't decided on what you want to do when you get done? Well, one option is to apply to become a student in the Electrical Training Alliance of Jacksonville. Their program offers structured classroom and online training along with on-the-job training so that you can earn while you learn. Still not convinced? The folks at ETA Jacks are a tuition-free 4-year apprenticeship program. There is no tuition and no student debt. Just pay for your books and your fees. That's it. Now, speaking of pay, students, they start off making $40,000 per year, including benefits, and they graduate, get this, making over $80,000 per year including those sought-after benefits. Now, that sounds pretty good to me, and if that sounds good to you, it should check off a lot of boxes. So head on over to etajax.org and apply by May 15th. Again, the website right here,